this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is a video to talk to you about how to upgrade your Logitech G Pro X wired or wireless headsets. Now, I have done videos previously on both these headsets, and they are headsets that I would recommend if you want something that's comfortable, has a really nice aesthetic to it, a great vibe, a good overall look, good build quality, and good sound, and yet at an affordable price point. They have a removable microphone setup that you can see included in the box, and obviously the convenience of swappable ear pads and other things. But the microphone was one of the things that was pitched as interesting because it has the Blue voice technology in it, and yet it didn't deliver the best sound. But it is removable, which means you could take it off and use an external microphone, which is what I would normally do. But there is another option now because Logitech has released the Blue IcePop, which is a extra purchase of an additional microphone which you can use to swap out for the standard one. So remove the standard one and set up and install the Blue IcePop. This is an improved microphone with a better capture quality that has a 10mm microphone capsule, a built-in pop filter, and a voice-focused pickup pattern. Now this will set you back around £50 or $50. So it comes in at about half the price of a Blue Yeti microphone, so it's worth bearing that in mind. A standalone mic would cost you about twice as much as this. So it's an alternative to having a standalone microphone, and yet is said to deliver a good quality. Now, I've been using the IcePop in its standard default settings with the G Pro X wireless for this initial bit of the voiceover, and now I'm going to show you the microphone, and then I'm going to talk to you about what it's like and the features of it. As you can see, it's a much nicer looking microphone with a noticeably larger tip and a nice sort of style to it, including that blue logo. It's also designed to work with a number of different settings within the G-Hub software that will allow you to tweak and improve the quality. Here you can see it alongside the standard microphone and just get an idea of the size difference. Obviously, the larger microphone allows it to cram in a lot more technology and potentially be a better capture quality with a larger capsule and a better pickup pattern and a better overall quality. You can hear that it's still not as good as my external microphone setup and normal voiceovers for videos I usually do, but it is very good for the money. And like the standard mic that's included with the headset, you also have the option of tweaking things within the G-Hub software to improve it. So to show you the differences between the two microphones, I am going to have a clip in a second to show you between the two, and then I'm going to go into the software and show you what you can do in there to make some other changes. But these are the default settings. What you're hearing now is straight out of the box, plugged in, and this is the mic capture quality. And here I am with the standard microphone plugged into the headset. As you can see here, this is what the capture quality of that is like. So I wanted to give you an immediate difference between the two. I was using the IcePop, which I will plug back in a second, but I wanted to immediately show you the difference between those two and the capture quality. You'll notice that both of them are quite compressed. They give quite a compressed sound as standard and default settings. So there's default settings on both of them. There's no changes in the G-Hub at this point. I will turn on Blue Voice in a minute because there are dedicated EQ settings specifically for the IcePop microphone, but also ones to give you live control. So if you've not seen it before of what you can do with the Blue Voice software and how that can change your voice on the fly, that's worth seeing anyway. But this is obviously the standard mic, and then I'm going to quickly switch to the IcePop so again you can hear the difference. And the good thing is, because it's a 3.5mm connection, it's just a plug and play. So when you plug in the other one, you immediately can hear the difference, and you can see that I am now using that mic, and you can see the difference and hear it too. So obviously you have a nicer looking microphone, so it's immediately striking with that blue on the end. You'll notice there's no windshield, but it does have a built-in pop filter. But again, you can hear a little bit of compression in there. There is side tone in the Blue Voice software so you can hear yourself through both microphones, and I will show you that in a second in the G Hub, but that means that you have a good quality audio capture. So now I'm going to go into the G Hub software and show you the tweaks that you can make in there. Here we are within the Logitech G Hub software, and I am using the G Pro X wireless headset. You'll note that one of the first settings is side tone. That is worth turning on if you don't already, because that allows you to hear your own voice, which makes life a lot easier. Then when you go into the settings, and I'm using the IcePop mic still here, you'll notice a couple of options. Firstly, we have Blue Voice. We can obviously enable Blue Voice. And we also have Nvidia. This is for Nvidia's broadcast software. If you'd like to improve your microphone quality, then broadcast is obviously a great way of doing it. If you have a high-end 20 or 30 series graphics card from Nvidia, you can enable this and get a better quality, or eliminate background noise and help improve the overall quality. That is one of the things you will have noticed from this voiceover, is there is some quality differences where it's picking up a little bit of sort of surrounding white noise where you wouldn't normally hear that on the voiceovers for my videos, and that's something I've noticed in the side tone as well, that I can hear that. So that's worth doing. That is a separate download. And you can obviously use the Blue Voice to start with as a setting. So we can enable that. And then you'll see you have a number of different setups here. You can also record and test out a sample. So you can record yourself and then run it through these presets to do the various samples. So we can use Broadcaster 1. We can go into Broadcaster 2. I covered a lot of this in my initial review of the headset, and if you're already using it, you're probably aware of the existence of it. But what's interesting is there's also ones specifically designed for the IcePop microphones. You can see Blue IcePop microphone presets down the bottom here. We have a big and bright preset that will change things there. Loud voice, soft voice, a subtle polish to it. We can have a telephone voice, a warm and rich. That sounds like something that would probably fit my voice quite nicely. These are options that you can apply to give a live processing to the quality of the capture and to improve things. We can also obviously change the microphone gain. With a lot of mics, you'll find that if you turn the gain down, you'll actually get a better quality out of it, because you can put it a little bit closer to your mouth and it will capture less of the surrounding noise but still capture your voice. You might also find that if you're quite a loud speaker and you're shouting quite a lot, you turn that gain down, you'll probably see some benefit rather than sending it all the way up to 100. But you can see that it's interesting that it has a number of different options here that you can change between. Unfortunately, you don't get this through the side tone, so I'm switching between these and I'm not actually noticing a difference there. But the end result is obviously going to be different, and that's why it's important to play it back so you can record a voice sample and then play back to see what the quality is like. If you go into the advanced controls, you can also go through the high pass filter, noise reduction settings, for example, compressor, de-esser. That obviously takes the S's out of your voice. These are the default settings, but you can play around with these. This is going to vary depending on your environment. Obviously, the noise reduction you might use to take out fan noise and things like that. If you have a particularly loud keyboard, then you might want to mess about with that too. If you apply too much noise reduction, you'll probably find it degrades the quality of your voice though. So again, it's something you need to mess around with. This is one of the big selling points of this headset, is that it has these settings as standard, but also if you're using the IcePop, you're just adding that extra bit of quality into it without having to pay a lot of extra money for an external microphone. So this is certainly an interesting option. So one of the things that I want to demonstrate quickly, I think is worth doing, is I now have broadcast enabled. So in here you'll see that there's an option for Nvidia Broadcast, and you can simply click on it and it'll download automatically and install what's necessary in G Hub to enable it. So Broadcast is available to download separately as a free download, and you can set it up that way instead, and you can run it with any device, so it's not limited to the Logitech headset. What it's designed to do is to eliminate background noise, cancel out a lot of that background noise. So for a quick demonstration, I have a perfectly good example here with the SteelSeries Apex Ghost Edition, which is a very nice looking keyboard but isn't particularly quiet. So just for a demonstration of that, you can see the key press sounds and you will hear them while I'm talking. However, what you will notice is that when I stop talking, you can't hear it anymore. So Broadcast does a very clever job of eliminating all background noise, but obviously it's still picking it up when I'm talking, so it doesn't eliminate it completely, but it does do a good job of eliminating some level of it. This is quite a noisy keyboard, and I am pressing it quite hard, to be fair, so you probably wouldn't have the same experience. It's a very good looking keyboard though. If you're interested, I'll be doing a review on that shortly. So you can see there are a number of different options for improving the quality of the capture of this microphone and of the standard one that's included with the headset, whether it's software level changes with Blue Voice. And by the way, you'll see that it recommends not using Blue Voice and Nvidia Broadcast at the same time. So you'll have to test out and see which one works best for you, depending on your environment, depending on what keyboard you're using, if you're using a particularly loud one, or if your fans on your PC, for example, are very loud. So you'll need to play around with that. And your room, my room's quite good for sound, but I do get a lot of noise from out the windows from vehicles passing by that I have to deal with. And so Broadcast would probably do a good job of eliminating that sort of thing, apart from when you're talking. So that's something to bear in mind. So my final thoughts are that the Blue IcePop microphone is a nice upgrade to this headset that delivers a better quality of capture, but it's still compressed. And although it's better than the standard microphone, and you obviously have the extra additional Blue Voice settings, it's still not as good as a full-on dedicated microphone. Obviously, the Shure SM7B is ridiculously expensive by comparison, but there are other options, including Blue's own microphones, XLR mics, USB mics, and a number of different ones. I've done loads of different reviews of other microphones if you want to check those out. But it's a very nice looking bit of kit and a very nice addition if you don't have space for a dedicated mic, or if you just want a nice upgrade to your headset. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Thanks for watching.
This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting, hilarious, or otherwise. Take a look at these other videos that I think you might find interesting as well. And have a look at the description for links and other information you might find useful. Click that join button to see the benefits of being a member of my YouTube channel. And most importantly, have a great life.